Okay, class 12. The next session is for properties of determinant. What are the properties? Okay, let us explain the properties. Now, the first point is, if two rows of or two columns of a determinant are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. Okay. Before that, let me explain the previous part. Coming to that point also, don't worry. Now the first point is, the value of a determinant remains unaltered by changing its rows into columns and columns into rows. What does it mean? Now let the determinant be A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Now by changing its rows into columns, so first row will be the first column, second row is the second column, and third row is the third column. If we can write this, that means if we can change the rows into columns or columns into rows, then the value of the determinant will remain same. That means it will be unaltered. So value of D1 and value of D and D1, these two values should be equal. So D equals to D1. This is the first property. Now what is the second property? Second property is, if two adjacent rows of a determinant are interchanged, the numerical value of the determinant remains the same, but its sign is altered. Okay. Now the determinant is, we know, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Already we have taken this determinant. Now the adjacent rows are interchanged, and so here R1 and R2, that is first row and second row. When these two rows interchanged, then the determinant is A1, B1, C1 will be the second row and A2, B2, C2 will be the first row. So A2, B2, C2 first row, it's done, and A1, B1, C1 it will be in the second row, and A3, B3, C3 remains same. So these two rows interchanged. Okay, then the value of D1 will be minus of D. That means value is same, only with the opposite sign. D1 will be minus D when R1 and R2 interchanged. Similarly, when C1 and C2 interchanged, that means first column and second column interchanged. First column is what? A1, A2, A3. A1, A2, A3, and here here second column and second column and third column interchanged. So make it C2 and C3. Okay, second A1, A2, A3 remains same, and C1, C2, C3, this is the third column. Now this will be the second column, and B1, B2, B3, this is the second column, it will be the third column. So C2 and C3, these two are interchanged. Same thing again. So D2 value and D value, this will be same. So D2 equals to D with the negative sign. So D2 equals to minus D. Next, coming with the third property, that is, if two identical rows or two identical columns if we get in the determinant, then its value will be 0. Already I have said initially. So D1 is equal to A1, B1, C1, A1, B1, C1, A3, B3, C3. Why? Because these two rows, already we have made these two rows equal. That means these two rows identical means its values also identical. Value equals to 0. Okay, next property, some property number 4. What is the property? If each element of a row or column of a determinant be multiplied by the same quantity, then the determinant is multiplied by that quantity. D equals to A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Okay, and D1 equals to, say, the first row remains same, A1, B1, C1, and the second row multiplied with one scalar quantity, that let that be M. So MA2, MB2, MC2. Third row again remains same, A3, B3, C3. Now these can be written as D1 equals to M into D. This M can be taken out of the determinant. So if we take out of the determinant, it will be the original determinant. So A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. So this is again D. So M into D. So D1 equals to MD. Similarly, if any one column is multiplied with one scalar quantity, let the first column is multiplied with K. So K1 Ka2, Ka3, and the second column and the third column remains same. That is B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Then again same thing, K can be taken out of the determinant, so we can write D2 equals to KD. This is the fourth property. Now coming with the fifth property. That is the last one. Okay, what is the fifth property? The value of the determinant remains unaltered if each element of a row or column is increased or decreased by a constant multiple of the corresponding elements of another row or column. Okay, let me explain now this part. No place is there, so let me rub the board first. Okay, now what I have written, D, we know D already we have taken as A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. This we have taken D, and D1 already we have written D1. Let me write it again, there is no place. D1, A1 plus M, A3, then B1 plus M, B3, and C1 plus M, C3. Okay, and this is A2, B2, C2. This is A3, B3, C3. Got it? Now, how can we expand this? Already one property we have done. When first row is added to any term, then it can be separated. One property already we have done. So now it can be expressed in that way. What we will write here? A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Okay, and here what we can write? MA3, MB3, MC3. Enough space is there, so let me write here. So MA3, MB3, MC3, and second row and the third row it will remain same. So what we will write? A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Okay, as M is multiplied, the last property already we have done. When a scalar quantity is multiplied to any row, then that quantity can be taken out of the determinant. When it will be taken out of the determinant, easily it will be M, A3, B3, C3. Okay, so what we will write? Say this part will remain same, A1, B1, C1. This will remain same, no need to write here. Plus here we can write M into this. So what we will write here? A3, B3, C3, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Now look, here again first row and the third row, these two rows are identical. Again property number 3, we know when two rows or two columns are identical, the value of the determinant will be 0. So this part we can discard, this part will be 0. So normally then what we will get? We will get the original one. That is A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3, which is equals to D. That is D1 is equal to D. Understood? I think all of you have understood very well. Now we will start the next video with the exercise. Okay, coming with the next video for the exercise.